What's up out there, YouTube? It's rapmastayoda from Dark Lords, and I've got a special team for you today. We're taking General Kenobi's leadership ability, we're pairing it with Zeta Bariss Offee, and then we're getting a little bit of added buff from R2's Zeta number crunch ability, and then we're putting it into a team, creating a shell to hide Nihilus and Thrawn between this awesome wall, and using it to destroy Commander Luke. So jumping straight into the first fight, we're going to take our team and take a look at it against this more Rebel combination team where they're using Han Solo and Princess Leia to combine with the counterattacks given off of Commander Luke's leader ability. So as you can see, we start off, we get the faux taunt, we smoke screen, they fracture our General Kenobi, and then we start going to work. Now, to give you a little bit of an idea of what this team does, we use some abilities like Improvise here to power up the Nihilus mechanics that cool down the Annihilate ability, which is Drain Force, and essentially we are creating a protection unit around Nihilus. We're using Thrawn's Fracture to slow the opponent's game plan down, while simultaneously using the abilities of our team to accelerate Nihilus's cooldowns and get him to annihilate faster so we can use him as our win condition. I've always been a big fan of General Kenobi's leadership ability, but unfortunately until recently with these higher power characters like Nihilus and Thrawn, we haven't had these correct DPS tools to put around this controlling, health gaining type team. So the neatest thing about his leadership ability is it powers up Barriss's Force Healer ability here, and it turns it into another gang attack on top of his Lead the Charge attack. So you can see right there, we get in a group attack. We're going to go ahead and replay it, and what it's going to show you is it combines so well with using R2 and Nihilus because you have the Electroshock Prod plus Ceaseless Craving. So we're stunning, we're dispelling debuffs, we're doing a whole lot of things, and then we turn around and we use GK's attack, and as you can see right here, bam, take a character out, and then we get the job done. From there, it's an easy cleanup of the fight as we've got the Luke fractured, and all we need to do is knock out a couple more characters, and we've got over 3 minutes left on the clock. So while this team is a little slow and not high DPS, it's definitely doing work. Jumping straight into the next fight, we're going to see the Thrawn Fracture ability really doing some work. First, they fracture our Thrawn, and then we fracture their bays, and then we get this group attack in there, and as you can see, because of the speed up given off of Admiral Thrawn, he goes first, and then Nihilus goes and dispels it, so this will always cool down his Drain Force, which is great because we can Drain Force to start the fight, do the gang attack, cool it down, and then immediately the next turn we're going to be able to Drain Force again, and as you can see, that's going to accelerate us into an ultra quick Annihilate, and very early in this fight we're going to take out his Chariot and essentially cripple him. So the neat thing about the setup that we've got going here is that we are kind of turboing out the Nihilus in a lot of matches, and you can see we were doing it with minimal debuffs, which that's good because that's one of the things with Nihilus, we're always kind of held back by having to apply a certain number of debuffs to make them work. In this team composition, we really get to take advantage of it, and here we go. So we're going to one-shot the Chariot. That pretty much slows the team down. Since they're not running Nihilus, they don't really have that clock on us that we have on them with our Nihilus, so as long as we can avoid letting them control the speed of the fight with the Thrawn, this is going to be another swift cleanup. Real quick 2-0 here, just in a couple minutes. I shot these videos back to back. This whole process took me maybe 4 minutes to make these two videos, and it was nice because it's nice to know that I have something that holds on defense but is also going to do quick on offense. Now the big thing that I want to touch on with this team is that the thing that really makes this work is all of the health gain that we incur. So we've got the Zeta Bariss ability that we took a look at, where whenever they critically hit us, that character regains 20% health. So a lot of times that nets out to either a neutral health or a health gain for our characters, and then we are also able to pair that with the Thrawn ability, where he gives us some protection and turn meter in the same shot. That's called Grand Admiral's Command. And these two abilities together leave us towards the end of this fight. We virtually aren't affected by the other team. Everybody's going to have protection and health as we take out the final character. So as you can see, it's an easy win, and our team is in great shape. Now, taking a look at the final variant that I wanted to take a shot at, which is kind of more of a mirror match where they have Commander Luke, Kenobi, R2, Thrawn, and Nihilus. Now, this is definitely a grindy matchup. As you can see, we're already a minute and a half into the fight, and it's going on. So let's take this time to go over the mods. First up, we've got Kenobi. So around this team with that leadership and that Zeta Bariss, we're trying to max out health. So we've got him set up. We'll take a look at it. We've got 33.5 on health. We'll jump over. We'll take a look at the Bariss. Again, trying to max out that health because she's got that Jedi tag and falls under that leadership ability. As you can see, she's a little up over 30,000. Then we'll take a look at R2. Obviously, we want R2 fast, but we want to try and get as much health in there as we can so that they give him the health boost, and he turns around and gives it back off of the Zeta. As you can see, he's at about 25,000 health. Then we'll take a look at Nihilus. Again, we've just got this guy set up for speed. We want him going early. We want to get that drain force on, try to beat our opponents to the punch on that, and control the tempo of the match by that. And then finally, we'll take a look at the Thrawn. Again, we're set up more for speed, but we're trying to max out health. That way they can share the love with each other, spread the health around. So no matter who gets fractured, who's taking the DPS, whatever the case is, all of these characters can live for a couple turns until we can use the Force Healer ability and really go to work. So to recap, the way that we're going to put this team together is going to leave us with what seemingly is an invincible wall out in front of Darth, Nihilus, and Grand Admiral Thrawn to protect them and let them control and kill the other team. The way we're doing that is this secret weapon, Zeta Bariss ability. It's awesome, and it really works well with the General Kenobi lead. Also, we've got the General Kenobi unique where he taunts, so this is a very anti-crit squad, and all this protects Darth Nihilus and lets him get off the Annihilate ability, and that's really the clock on our opponents. That's our win condition, is he's going to continue to annihilate guys while we continue to absorb massive amounts of damage. Now, why is that great against this Commander Luke meta? Well, it's because it's a high crit meta again. If you guys remember, when Rex got really popular, it was because we had all the Wedge and Biggs teams. They were high crit teams, and the turn meter gain off of the Rex lead was just too overpowering, even in the face of so much damage. So we're back to kind of the same thing, especially with the Rebels and the counters. When you're looking at the Chirrut and Baze version of this team, where we've got a lot of Rebels and they're coming back, doing a lot of counter attacking. If you're not stealthed, you know, they're getting a lot of criticals, so you're regaining a lot of health. And then you're also causing Kenobi to taunt a lot. So what that does is, a lot of times, you can see in the footage, it forced our opponent to make bad decisions around our Kenobi having taunt, like fracturing him again when they needed to fracture our Nihilus. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.